Everybody, thank you for sticking around for this this first half hour. We should let everybody know we were checking during the break, and it is now 7:02, at least by my iPhone. I could have just said phone. I don't know why I said that. By my phone's clock says...
Well, you're kind of smarmy and smug and had to let everybody know you have an iPhone.
I know.
So you're extra special.
Like most people don't. 7:02, and we don't have results on the Democratic side yet, at least that I could see, but Google is reporting already, and they do this when I think it's either one or two news networks start reporting the same kind of thing when they're making their projections. They're saying that with 0% reporting, Connecticut has gone to Trump. With 0% reporting, Maryland has gone to Trump. And with 0% reporting, Pennsylvania has gone to Trump. So out of the 5 states voting on the Republican side today, Donald Trump has already claimed, at least with Google projections, 3 of them.
Well, Fox News has exactly the same news. Except Clinton wins Maryland.
Clinton's got Maryland. Just popped up on mine that she was winning, or 538 projected that she had like a 99% chance to win, and was probably going to get somewhere between 58 and 60% of the vote. Maryland looks a lot like Virginia and South Carolina for her, so that's not much of a surprise. But we'll see about Bernie was campaigning hard in Pennsylvania. We'll see if he's able to bring some of the liberals to bear there. But so this all kind of keys back into our conversation about parties, about political parties. Now, everybody loves the political party that's supporting them. As far as when you're a candidate, you love the RNC when they're giving you money and helping you organize. You love the DNC when they're giving you money and helping you organize, and you hate them when they're not behind you. Now, we're probably not going to get rid of political parties anytime soon, and any talk about the Democrats or the Republicans as being dead on arrival has always been overblown. But do you see in this election cycle a sincere threat to either one of them with respect to their longevity in the country, their power, their influence? What?
No, let's be honest. Political parties wax and wane in the U.S., and for at least the last 150 years, it's been the Democrats and Republicans. And all the other various parties that are out there kind of subsume into one or the other. The Libertarians is a good example. The Socialists on the other side is a good example. Part of the problem here is the Democrats, as Lefty has said many times before, have finally figured out how to get everybody together and move forward, despite their issues. Bernie Sanders is wanting to pull the entire Democratic Party to the left, become more socialist to the rest of it. That's why he's running. He got some traction. He's using the anti-establishment crowd to bolster him. I don't see a problem with that. That's going to help the Democratic Party in the long run, I think. But go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I was going to say, yeah, I think that I think he certainly did. I think that Hillary, that right from the get-go was anticipating that, and she moved a little bit to the left right from the very beginning to kind of give her a place to go. Mm-hmm. But he's certainly engendered a lot of the left's ideas into this campaign. And like I said, for the base, that's going to be really, really crucial for Hillary, because we have seen the enthusiasm a little bit down from previous years, but neither one of them is. You get a guy like Barack Obama, it's a once in a generation political figure, and that's not going to happen probably for the next 25, maybe 30 years. Again, same with a Reagan, for example, as a once in a lifetime or once in a generation type political figure that animates the political base just in a really specific way. That's not happening here, and I don't think that's really happening on the Republican side this year either, despite the turnout.
Well, I will tell you that, and one of the things we talked about in the break is there is a theory out there that the reason the Republicans have driven so many more people to the process than the Democrats this time around is that they're really Democrats switching over to the Republican Party. I could see that in a year when there's a lot of 1%, 2%, 3% maybe switching back and forth. That happens, but not when you're talking 15, 18. Sometimes 22% of increase in Republican voters. That doesn't happen. this is not energizing the Republican base. It could, Trump's presidency and his run could have energized the base, except for the leadership of the Republican Party. The leadership, time and again, picked the loser. And I don't care what these conservative Christians say, because I am a conservative Christian. You can't win with the numbers we have. If every conservative Christian went out and voted, it still wouldn't be a drop in the bucket compared to everybody else who's going to be voting that aren't Christian conservatives. It's that simple. It's Doug Gross is right. Big tent is what you need to win. It's a numbers game. Trump is pulling in those kind of numbers. The problem is he's bombastic. He puts on a show. If you talk to anybody that knows him personally, and I know several who do, he's a very warm individual. He's a showman. The problem is at this point, the Republican establishment has made it so bad to be a Republican, nobody's donating anymore. I'm not donating. A lot of the Christian conservatives I know is not donating. And if this very same group of morons is running the party again in the next election cycle, because this is the group that got Bush elected, right? And I'm going to tell you, the more I think about it, the more I study it, Bush got elected despite the Republican Party instead of help from the Republican Party. And the bottom line is, if he's still in charge in 4 years, we're still going to have another Democratic president. I think our only chance at this point to win the nomination is to get Cruz and Kasich out of the way, get our support behind Trump, try to let bygones be bygones. Like Lefty says, hold our nose and go, oh my God, hopefully we'll survive it. Otherwise, all you've done is revealed the Republicans for being hypocritical slobs, for backstabbing our leading candidate, actively seeking to destroy a person who's running for president, and always picking the wrong guy. It doesn't matter. We've talked about this 100 times. Kiss of death of the establishment.
Well, I guess then before we go to the break, do you think that this Trump run has been good for the Republicans?
I think this is the thing. It could have been good had it been handled differently. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not. You know how I feel about some of the issues. One of them is abortion. I am never going to vote for a guy who supports abortion in any way. That is my issue. That is it. I don't care about gay marriage because I'm really out, as far as the social issue goes, I'm kind of middle of the road. I just want people to live. This could have been handled much differently. We could have had a much stronger party because let's face it, every party needs all the billionaires they can handle. Right? Well, with that, I think next we're going to come back about the suing Saudi Arabia next segment.
Yes.
Does that sound good to you? We're going to be back next segment with whether or not we should allow this bill to move forward about suing Saudi Arabia. I want to thank all of our sponsors, Des Moines Anesthesia at 515-574-6442. They have offices here and in Fort Dodge. They do pain management and anesthesia. Capital, the Venus Law Firm, and Bertrosh and Associates. We'll be back right after this break. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We couldn't do what we